So on Monday, the Artemis 2 mission finally reached their lunar flyby, and it was really cool. These are two images that I got. This one I actually sent in my family's group chat and said, "We're all in this picture," because technically it's true with both the moon and the Earth in view. They also really ended up after the flyby releasing some photos the astronauts took with cameras, and they're really cool. Like this one, for example, is called Earthset, which is very similar to Apollo 8's Earthrise from 1968. You could just like see just like a crescent Earth setting on the moon with, and in case you're wondering what's in daytime, that's Australia. They also ended up accidentally, in a way, giving Nutella free advertisement because they started a live stream for the flyby, and they had a counter leading up to when they break Apollo 13's record for farthest humans have traveled in space. And with less than 4 minutes left, just a random jar of Nutella just floats on by the camera on the inside of the spacecraft. They also ended up naming an unnamed crater after two of them actually. One of them after them Integrity, after the spacecraft the crew gave their after the name the crew gave their spacecraft, and one of them they named Carol after Commander Reed Wiseman's late wife, who died back in 2020 to cancer. And when looking at the footage of that, you could just like see like Reed. He just like launches towards the crew, and then they all comfort him.
Is a number of years ago we started this journey in our close-knit astronaut family, and we lost a loved one. And there's a feature in a really neat place on the moon, and it is on the near side, far side boundary. In fact, it's just on the near side of that boundary, and so at certain times of the moon's transit around Earth, we will be able to see this from Earth. And so we lost a loved one. Her name was Carol, the spouse of Reed, the mother of Katie and Ellie. And if you want to find this one, you look at Glushko, and it's just to the northwest of that, at the same latitude as Ohm, and it's a bright spot on the moon. And we would like to call it Carol, and you spell that Carroll.
Something else that also happened during the flyby was that they got to see their own solar eclipse. And on Earth, on Earth, when you see a total solar eclipse, totality lasts about like a couple of minutes. But because they were a lot closer to the moon looked bigger from their perspective. So totality lasted almost an hour. And when I was watching it, I was in like a dark room, and when the eclipse ended, it just like went from dark to light very quickly. And it was a bit of something like this.
Looking at a flame and stand by, and so it has some inherent movement. Now there's a very bright spot. There's a very bright spot in the center of it. There's a towering light of.
Now, obviously, that is a bit of an exaggeration, but it did kind of feel like that. Also, they also got like some pictures during the solar eclipse. This is a really good one. So the sun is like fully blocked by the moon, but you still see a bit of it lit up. It's not lit up by the sun, but lit up from Earthshine, which is sunlight going all the way to the Earth, reflecting off it, hitting the unlit portion of the moon, and reflecting back. Which is why it has a slight bluish tint. And you see this bright point of light there, the bright point of light near the top left. That's Venus. And during the live stream, you can also see it during the live stream when the eclipse starts. And apparently Saturn and Mars are also in view near the bottom right of the picture. And yeah. So I'm going to be watching Splashdown when it happens, which is when the crew gets back home. They're supposed to be back home by this Friday at 7:21 p.m. Central Time. And they're going to be landing in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California. So, can't wait. This is just an amazing mission. It's a moment in history, if you ask me.